Hello and welcome to another episode of Coloring with Lisa. That's me. Well, I made another little picture here for you. This is the tree of life, I call it, I guess. It is from the Magical Jungle coloring book by Johanna Basford. So I made the way I do it is I make a coloring worksheet and I tell you what colors I did to do it and where to put them in my little color by numbers way. If you follow me, then you know that's how I do it. But I do want to show you some tips and techniques on coloring this, okay? So the very first thing we're going to do here is we got our little picture, okay? I want to show you some tips on doing the tree trunk here. So what I want to do is this one here, if you could see, it says start with canary yellow, yellow and orange, burnt ochre, dark brown, and black, and maybe a little pale vermilion. So the first thing I'm going to want to do here is let's grab this yellow. I just want to show you just a little trick on doing this. So let's say you're going to fill in. What I did when I did mine is I colored the whole entire tree yellow. That's the first thing I did, okay? And I just went the direction of the way that the trunk is growing. So if it's growing like this, go this way, you know. And you just fill in the whole area of your tree. But yeah, so I'm just going to give you an idea. I'm not going to do the whole tree trunk, but I'll show you. So you just color it in like so. Okay, that's pretty easy, right? Not a problem. You guys got that? No problem. That's simple Simon. Okay, so after you colored in your whole tree with your yellow here, I'm just going to show you a little techniques on how to get that really cool shading going. So I'm just going to fill in a little bit of area right in here. Okay, so I got this little area, right? Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our yellow and orange right here, and you just kind of bring the colors in. You start at the side and then bring the colors in a feathering motion to the middle. And you do the same thing on the sides. Bring it in to the middle so it meets into the middle, right? Because that's going to create a look of that shiny look, that it's kind of glowing in the middle, like this. See this glowing, this really cool glowing effect? So that's how you do that, okay? So you just take your pencil and then with the first color, because we're going to do this in layers, and you just like so, okay? I know I'm doing this a little fast, but you got it, and you know how to do this. Okay, so then we're going to take the next color, which is this burnt ochre color, and this is 943 burnt ochre, and we're going to do the same thing, but you just want to come right down to the middle, and this is the layering. The layering is how you get that really awesome depth. So you just put it in like that, and see how I'm putting my pencil right at the tip, right? And I go across first, like I make the bottom part, because you want the top up here where it's going to be darker, and then you just flick the color in towards the middle. Just use that flicking motion to flick it towards the middle, and what that does is it keeps it, the point is all the pressure and the darkness is coming up here, because this is where you're putting the main pressure, right? And you just see how I'm, even if you go like that, that's okay, and then just bring the color out. And then in here where you want a little darker, you could push it up and then bring that color in again with that light little flickering motion. Now I want a little round every now and then, but you got the idea. See how it's already starting to give that look of the sheen there. Then we're going to take another color here, which is if I can find it here. Oh, can't find it here. Ah, it's a brown of some sort. This one's not dark enough. It was out here a minute ago. My daughter was just walking in here. Hold on a minute. Okay, here it is. This is the dark brown. My daughter walked over and she needed to write something, and she happened to just grab my pencil. All right, so we're going to take the dark brown and then you give it another, the same kind of thing, you're just putting the layers in. You're just going to come across and just come up like so. All right, and you don't have to do the same thing on everyone. Some of them you can just maybe use one or two of the colors, you know, or maybe you can just do one all brown if you want, you know, to give a little bit of differentiation, you know. That was a hard word to say. So then I'm just coming around like this, putting that in there. Then what you want to do is after you work with this a little bit, then you're going to take your black, and with your black you want to give it a shading right at the tips to make it really have a drastic look to it, you know, like it's the really deepest part of the shading. All right, so that's how you do the tree trunk. Okay, but you could see how I'm doing that, and you put your pressure right here at the tip and then just flick it downward to create that nice beautiful shading look. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to do some tricks, and in here you do the same thing. Just bring your colors and flick it, put your pressure here, and then you just lightly bring the color in towards the middle. All right, and now I'll show you how to do some of the cool leaves and stuff like that, some of those techniques. Okay, be right back. Okay, so let me show you how to do a leaf like this, some of these little brighter ones, okay? All these techniques with these colors I'm using here, the techniques are exactly the same. It's just I'm going to give you the color combinations I used to get that effect, okay? So like let's say we want to do this this leaf right here, okay? So let me show you here how we do that. Let's come up a little closer so you can get a good view. All right, the first thing you do is you take your hot pink and you do the same thing where you put your pressure at the tip and then you just feather it down, okay? And because you want to have that nice yellow in the middle, you kind of make a little nest for it. So see how I'm just bringing that color, that really pretty pink color down, okay? Then I'm going to take this yellow. Now look at how cool. Now remember, red and yellow make an orange, right? So even though that's a pink, it's still a form of a yellow, I mean of a red. Right? So when the yellow hits that, it turns into a little bit of a really cool fiery orange. See that? How cool that is? So that's like a fiery orange. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to take a mulberry and we're going to just come right here like this along the tips and then do the same thing. Just carry the color down by feathering it down into the other color so you could blend those two colors together. So you just take that and then now you can just start blending it by using pressure more towards the sides, and then it's lighter towards the, you know, where the tip is, right? Then you're going to take a black cherry, and when you do your final shading, all the colors are kind of the same, you know, you have a light, medium, dark, and darkest, and then you want to just put the darker color is what's giving it your little, you know, the final little emphasis on the drama side, you know what I mean? The drama side, what the heck? Anyway, so you get it. That's how you do the shading on these. So the way you follow it is you'll look at an area, which I have a color by numbers, so I'll have a blank one of these. I'll have a blank one of these set up for you, and the blank one will have like a number 1, and if the number 1, then you would put the number 1 here. I haven't numbered these yet, but I will. So you would put the combinations that match where it goes to in the picture, so it's color by numbers. And I do it exactly the way I show you here. So like if I say, okay, this is what you're going to do, if I start with yellow, that means I'm starting with the yellow first. So I'm doing the yellow first, then I'm doing the, you know, I'm going from light all to dark. And over here, you can see I even put a little bit of color on an accent on the top. But I go in the exact way that I do it, okay? So if you see it like this, you don't think, okay, well, Lisa always starts from light to dark. Yeah, I do sometimes, but sometimes I don't, like in this case. In this one here, I started this way, so I went this way first, then I did the dark up, and I did all the way up, and then I went down here. Again, you could see after I went up, I put the dark down in here. So then I went and I darkened that. Then when it was done, I went with yellow over the whole thing. So that's how you follow these. You go in the same order the way that I did it. Like, for example, remember how I just showed you how I did the pink one, the leaf right here? I started with the pink first. I went pink on the outside, right? Then I went yellow, and I went yellow up, right? then I did the mulberry, and I went down, and then I took the darker one and down again. So that's how you follow these, okay? And there's a bunch of combinations here for you, a couple sheets of them, and you'll get the blank one of these. Not to color though. You got to get that from Johanna's book, the Magical Jungle. And then, but you'll get the template that shows you what color combinations I used in what areas. Okay. So thank you very much, and thank you for watching. Please like my video. Okay, I got to get more likes. So YouTube, I'm trying to get a little plaque. So thank you very much, and happy coloring. Bye bye.